everyone, and welcome to my Lincoln Center pop-up classroom. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. My name is Miss Ashley, and we're going to be making some choices with our voices today. So I hope you're ready to do some singing and also some thinking too, and some decision making. Okay, so this class is for everyone. So if you're a little person, totally gonna have fun. If you're a not so little person like me, then you're gonna also have fun. But it's also if you have a family member that you want to do it with, then that'd be great too. Okay, so I need your help today. So I wrote this duet, and admittedly, it's a duet about my two cats, Opal and Ruby. And it's about their story of how they didn't quite get along at first, but now they just love each other. Okay? So I already have their solos set. I already know what they're going to do. Oh, I said a word solo. So a solo is simply when you sing by yourself. A solo can happen in a duet. Let's hear Opal's solo first.
Hated you when I first met you. Really wanted to forget you. But now I'm like, woohoo, don't let go.
So you see how Opal is singing by herself. Maybe not so nice at first, but she's singing by herself. Okay, let's check out Ruby's duet.
Had a rough time getting here on a road that wasn't clear. So I was like, woohoo, don't let go.
All right, so you see how Ruby is also singing a solo, meaning that you sing by yourself. And you probably hear some tinkering going on in the background because my little kitties are running around. Maybe we'll get them to come into the video later. Okay, so we have our solos. So we're going to need some help. I'm going to need your help, rather, making some choices about how to arrange the rest of their duet. And we're going to use a couple of tools to do that, which I'll tell you about in just a sec. Okay, so for supplies for this, you're not going to need much at all. I have the words up here. I'll have them up on the screen with you. If you want to write them down or take some notes, you can totally have something to write with. But if not, I just need your imagination, as always, and your ideas. Okay, so to make a duet and make a really good duet, we need to look at a couple of tools. We already know what solo is, when one person sings by themselves. And now let's take a look at unison. So unison is when two or more people sing the same thing at the same time. Again, when two or more people sing the same thing at the same time. Well, since we only have Opal and Ruby, imagination, we only have two people, they're cats, but we have two people that are singing the same thing at the same time. So let's check out what happens when Opal and Ruby sing the next part of the song. We'll call that our hook or our chorus. When they sing the next part of the song in unison. Check out what that sounds like.
So slowly we stroll to a run. Now we like,
Okay, so that's unison. Notice they're singing the exact same thing at the exact same time. Now, because it's a duet, both of their voices might have a little bit of a different personality, and that's totally fine. Okay, our next choice that we have is something called harmony. How many of you have heard of harmony before? Harmony is quite different from unison. It's when two or more people sing at the same time, but they sing different notes. Okay? Say that again. When two or more people sing at the same time, but they sing different notes at the same time. You know, it's like when you have a person that's different from you, but you live in harmony together. That's exactly what harmony sounds like. It sounds really good to the ear, ideally. So let's check out what happens when Opal and Ruby sing that same part of their duet in harmony.
So slowly we stroll to a run. Now we like.
What do you think? Some people prefer unison. Some people prefer harmony. It's really up to you what you prefer. So now that we know what unison is and we know what harmony is, let's take a look at these lyrics and see what kind of choices we can make. Okay, so let's just look at the first line of the chorus. And remember, the chorus is the catchy part of the song. It's the part of the song that repeats over and over. So it's a pretty important part of the song. So this is the part of the song that Opal and Ruby will be singing together now that they've sang both of their solos. So let's take a look at that first line. Read the text. So slowly we stroll to a run. So what words would you put in unison or in harmony, or would you put it all in unison or all in harmony? Do you think that they should be singing the same thing at the same time, or should they have time to split into different parts? What do you think? So let's hear it actually first before I show you exactly what I did. Let's hear it all in unison.
So slowly we stroll to a run. Now we like.
Not bad, right? Now here's one cool thing to know about unison is that unison can really be used when you want to bring out the words or bring out a part of the song. You can put it in unison to really emphasize it. So if you were to say mix this first line, how would you do that? What would it sound like? What if we did some words in unison and some words in harmony? Or maybe just one word in unison and then all the rest in harmony. Let's actually take a listen to that.
So slowly we stroll to a run. Now we like.
What did you notice? Did you notice unison and harmony? All harmony? So I'll tell you, I decided to put the first word so in unison. And then I thought it would be nice if they split off into harmony. Now, remember I said that's all about choice. So this is totally your choice. So let's take a look at the lyrics to the rest of the chorus. And I'm going to read them, and I want you to read them at home and really start to think about what words you want to pop out, or if you want it to kind of have like a nice groove, which can happen when you have harmony. So I'll start with the first line. We know what happened there. And then we'll read and then see what the rest of the chorus could sound like. So the words are, so slowly we stroll to a run. Now we're like, woohoo, don't let, woohoo, go, yeah. Climb so high we can't come down. So now we're like, woohoo, don't let go. Okay, so let's look at that and let's just make a couple of choices. Of course, I'm going to show you what I was thinking, but I'm really curious to know what you're thinking at home. Maybe if you want to put it in unison, you can underline it or circle it so that you really see that it pops out. And let's just assume everything else that you're not underlining or circling is in harmony. So what words would you, word or words, would you put in unison? And then what other words would you say, oh, I think that should have harmony on it? See what you think. What did you decide at home? Did you say, oh, I want to do this whole duet in unison? I think it would sound so good if they just all sang it together, everything the same thing at the same time. Or did you say, nah, I don't want the unison. I want everything in harmony. Or did you kind of mix it up at home too? I'm curious to know what you did. Okay, so let's check out what I did. I'll show you what I did, and then we'll hear what it sounds like. Okay, take a look at the text. So you'll see the text that I underlined. Those are the words that I thought should go in unison. And remember, I said it's because those are the ones that I want to really stand out. And because it's a duet, and because it's about these two characters, songwriting and arranging is all about storytelling. It's about these two characters coming together. I wanted there to be moments where they came together. So let's hear what the chorus sounds like in unison first, and then we'll hear what it sounds like when we start to add these little harmonies to it. So let's hear it in unison. And while you're listening, you can start learning the tune so that you can sing along. Okay, so let's hear it in unison.
So slowly we stroll to a run. Now we like, woohoo, don't let woohoo go. Yeah, climb so high we can't come down. So we're like, woohoo, don't let go.
Pretty cool, right? It's still really fun. And isn't it fun to think about two cats singing about like being friends and getting along and don't let go? I think that's just so fun. Okay, so before we hear it all together, let's hear the part that makes it harmony. So let's hear Ruby's part. So you'll hear probably in your head when it pops into those little unison parts, like so, woohoo, don't let, or woohoo. You'll hear those little unison parts, okay? So let's hear the whole chorus just in Ruby's part. And if you're interested in singing that part when we put it together, this is a great time to start learning it. And remember, this is a video that you can pause and go back and listen at any time. So let's check out Ruby's part and hear how she's starting to make this harmonious.
So slowly we stroll to a run. Now we're like, woohoo, don't let woohoo go. Yeah, climb so high we can't come down. So we're like, woohoo, don't let go.
So I want you to think about at home if you want to sing that melody that Opal is singing, or if you want to sing that lower line. You notice it's a little bit lower. The notes go under. You can think about it that way, like a layer. So you can sing Ruby's line or Opal's line. Okay? So we're going to put them together and we'll hear what it sounds like all mixed up in unison and in harmony. So here's the chorus.
So slowly we stroll to a run. Now we like, woohoo, don't let woohoo go. Yeah, climb so high we can't come down. So we like, woohoo, don't let go.
I'm curious to know, before we sing the whole song again, how were our choices different? So before we sing our duet all together one more time, I just want to remind you that duets happen in all different styles of music. You might hear it in pop or in jazz if you love that, or you might even hear it in opera. So remember, a duet is whenever two people are singing together at the same time. And they can use solo, which means they both sing separately at different times. They can sing in unison, which means they both sing the same thing at the same time. Or they can sing in harmony, which is when they sing at the same time but sing different notes at the same time. And you can definitely mix it up. So I'd love for you to actually think about, maybe there's a song that you'd love to sing as a duet with someone else. Okay. So Remember at the beginning of the song, they both had solos. So we didn't really spend a lot of time learning those. But if you remember it, you can totally jump in. Okay, you ready to sing? All right, here's Opal and Ruby singing Don't Let Go. And you should sing along at home. 1, 2, 3.
Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Hated you when I first met you. Really wanted to forget you. But now I'm like, woo-hoo, don't let go. Had a rough time getting here on a road that wasn't clear. So I was like, woo-hoo, don't let go. So slowly we stroll to a run. Now we like, woo-hoo, don't let woo-hoo go. Yeah, climb so high we can't come down. So we like, woo-hoo, don't let go.
Thank you so much for singing along with me. Thank you for playing with my duet with me. I hope that you have fun with duets at home. I hope that you find someone to sing with or sing along with me. Remember, you can always go back and rewind this video if you want to hear any parts of the music, or if you want to learn a little bit more or hear something again. And you can also share it if you think it might be fun for someone else. Thank you all so much for spending time with me. My name is Miss Ashley. Have a wonderful rest of the day.